What is happening with PAAL AI? Why is the price suddenly rising? What's causing this? Who's buying here? Who's selling here? Let's have a look at some on-chain metrics most people aren't considering. Let's try to figure out whether or not this rally can last. So we are currently at roughly 29 cents. We are up 44% today and 92% this week. Now, in case you're considering to buy PAAL AI and you're searching for this, say on dexscreener.com, don't make this mistake here. Don't just go with the token that's listed first, because there's a lot of PAAL AI fakes and they can be spotted somewhat easily by looking at the price, but still it's much better to go to a page like coinmarketcap.com and then copy the contract address. With that, we get the real PAAL AI information. Now, this is not the first video on PAAL AI on this channel. I published one 288 days ago. And the video was actually quite popular. It outperformed the average video maybe by 3x or so. So the average video is here in gray and that PAAL AI video is here in blue. The video discusses some fundamentals, so the background, the team, the tokenomics, the staking program, and it's titled Why PAAL AI is Up. So feel free to search for that title. Now, there was a quite significant event happening recently, and we see this in the trading volume. So the trading volume is here in white and it massively spiked on the 13th and 14th of November. The price of PAAL got completely crushed and went down by 75%. And the reason was a plan to merge with Fetch AI, or the ASI Alliance. It's not just the trading volume that went up, the number of buyers and sellers on that day, of course, also spiked. In general, though, over time, there doesn't seem to be a clear trend if there's more buyers or sellers. This is fluctuating quite a lot. Now, there's several ways to buy the token. When it's bought on chain, you're definitely exposed to a tax. So there's a 4% buying tax and a 4% selling tax. So if you buy today and you sell 1 second afterwards, you're losing instantly 8%. And that was justified by the returns that the staking program made. Now, the tax distributions went down quite a lot. There was quite constant growth up until the end of June of last year. And some of the tax went to simply buying back the token. Others went to marketing spend, some to the team in terms of development and some to the ecosystem. Now, here's why you have to be so cautious with videos on PAAL AI or with videos in general in the crypto space. It's the marketing spend. Most YouTubers do take money from projects. They do take money from centralized exchanges, etc. This channel does not take any money. The only revenue I make is from the YouTube ad revenue and of course from the premium membership. But I never take a single dollar from any crypto project. I want to stay as objective as possible on this channel. This means a lot to me. Now, we still haven't answered the question, right? Why is the price suddenly rallying? Why are we up 88% in the last week? I believe the answer to this is centralized exchange listings. So over here, we've got the announcement by Bybit. PAAL USDT is now listed. And here we've got the announcement by LCX, or the Lithuanian Crypto Asset Exchange, also a listing. And some centralized exchanges actually allow trading tokens like this without the tax, without the 4% that you pay when you trade on-chain. Now, most of the data we have looked at are pretty public. They are very easy to access and we can't really get a lot of an edge by just looking at the announcement and by looking at the news. I believe most edge in crypto trading is to find data most people do not have access to, or they simply are too lazy to find. And that data is resting on chain. So we look directly at the buying and selling transactions over time, and we have of course a spike when the announcement hit that Fetch AI planned to overtake PAAL AI, but the number of buyers and sellers, relatively speaking, didn't really change that much over time. There might be a slight increase, so there could be somewhat of an increasing trend. It's not super clear though. It might as well just be random volatility. Here's something though that is super clear. What we have over here is the number of retail investors versus whale investors over time. And the way we make this distinction is by minimum holding thresholds. So a wallet needs to hold at least X number of tokens to be counted in one of those charts. And X equals 3,000 tokens for the chart on the left, 30,000 tokens for the chart in the middle, and 300,000 tokens for the chart on the right. Currently the price is 29 cents. So this is roughly $1,000 worth of the token. This is $10,000. This is $100,000. And so we've seen very clean long-term accumulation by retail. And this might now shift around with that recent announcement that happened 2 weeks ago. Is this a temporary blip or is the growth now halted forever? It's too early to tell. For the medium-sized holders, so the wallets with at least $10,000 worth of the token, we see even a secondary small blip, as in it looks like we continue to crash. And as a fraction of all of holders, it looks like the whales have sold off the most. Here's another concerning trend. If you believe in PAAL AI, then of course you lock up your tokens, right? You stake your tokens to get some return. And when the market in general is very bullish on PAAL AI, the staking, relatively speaking, should go up. When the staking goes down, that means more and more PAAL AI suddenly becomes liquid again, right? It gets unstaked. More liquid supply means, of course, a depressed price if the demand doesn't grow, at least to the same degree as the unstaking happens. And this is unfortunately the current trend. This is the staked PAAL over time. And this peaked in the middle of February of this year, and since then it's going down. There's more and more PAAL hitting the liquidity pools. Now here's a very interesting recent development. You very likely do not have access to this kind of chart. This here shows how much advertisers on my YouTube channel pay for 1,000 views of their ads. And it suddenly, out of nothing, spiked to roughly double of what it used to be. In other words, crypto projects, centralized exchanges, etc., they are now competing for advertising space in the crypto scene. And it's not just money that's flowing into advertising for crypto. There's also simply fiat money that's flowing into the space as a whole. The stablecoin market cap tends to rise, and it's recently even accelerating. So since October of last year, we see money flowing into crypto again. That of course causes a lot of crypto asset prices to go up. And especially in the recent days, since beginning of the month, we also see the altcoins going up in aggregate. So what we have over here is the others dominance. This is how much of all of crypto is in the altcoins that's not in the top 10. That went up by roughly 20% in the last month. And so pretty much everything is now going up. The art in crypto trading though is to buy early, right? It's to buy when the prices are still low. So for example, over here, the Chill Guy token, it's now at 50 cents. But I made a video on Chill Guy when it was still at 20 cents. And I hope a lot of you made money with that video because it was a quite popular one. And so this is the real art, right? We have to get into tokens when momentum is bullish and when there's still enough upside potential. And so this is what this channel is all about, right? It's about discussing tokens that a lot of people don't yet have on their radar. So feel free to subscribe. Now, how can I find tokens like Chill Guy early? Or how can I find things like the GOAT token or the ACT token early? Those are one of the largest Pump.fun ecosystem tokens. This is a wallet tracking alert. How Kyle Chessy bought the GOAT token for 14 cents. That was over here. Since then, the price went up by more than 500%. Temporarily, it was up by more than 800%. Who's Kyle Chessy? It's this influencer over here. He's got 137,000 subscribers and he tends to be relatively early on trending tokens. And so here is how that works. We use on-chain analytics again to figure out who is owning what wallet. It's not a very easy task, but we've got an entire community that just focuses on that single task. Find wallets that are very useful, of insiders, of top traders, of influencers. Let's find those wallets and then track them. So over here, we've got the wallets that we track by Kyle Chessy. We've got 12 in total. Well, let's talk about the ACT token. Here's our signal for ACT. CryptoBanter bought the ACT token at 3.7 cents. Now it's at 58 cents. So an increase of 1,500% since that signal. And of course, temporarily, the gain was even higher, more than 2,000%. Now, where do crazy gains like this come from? They come from attention. They come from a lot of eyeballs getting into one single token. And so here are those eyeballs. This is the CryptoBanter channel. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about the token, of course the token has to go up. And so we've got 33 of CryptoBanter's wallets. And so really, I think this is the better approach compared to just drawing random lines on price charts. I think it's better to follow the smart money. It's better to follow the insiders. It's better to simply copy trade the people that tend to make money in crypto. And I like this approach that much that I made a dedicated tutorial course just on this. How can we find various influencer wallets? How can we track those wallets? And how can we subsequently also interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's 8 videos in total. It's all part of Premium, so that's down below, thebitcoinstray.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking, it's also about on-chain analytics, right? The charts that we looked at today in this video. It's also about portfolio diversification, risk management, indicator backtesting. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total. Once we get our wallet signals, we of course also have to discuss when should we buy, when should we sell. We have to compare the on-chain analytics. That's why we've got dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $165 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like Premium, in case you don't learn anything, simply just message me within the first 7 days and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so, does it make sense to still buy PAAL AI? In general, I believe that the US dollar valuation can continue to go up because the general crypto market is expanding. There is money flowing to crypto, and so pretty much any cryptocurrency is likely going to rise. That being said, is it likely going to outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum? I'm not so sure. The on-chain metrics aren't that pretty, right? We don't see that much constant accumulation anymore by small retail. We do see how the staked PAAL rather tends to decline. And so the only real hope we have is that the market makers might be manipulating the price, because now we have more centralized exchange listings, and so there's more liquidity that can potentially increase the volatility in the price as well if the big whales, if the market makers intend to do so. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video, or see you in Premium. Cheers!